evening. Calling to order our public hearing on the residential incentive district that was set. Andy, did legal notice go out in a timely manner?
Yes, Mrs. Lucci, I have the affidavit of publication that the legal notice was published in the News Herald and News Herald online at the .com site on July 2nd, 2025. So proper notice was made in a timely manner.
Thank you, sir. Can you please provide some background on the RID?
I would be happy to. Thank you, Mrs. Lucci, members of the board, members of the audience. Good evening. This public hearing is to create the residential incentive district for Blackmore Estates, which is a new residential housing development that will consist of 18 houses off of Prouty Road. As we did with developments in Ivy Ridge and Villas of Canterwood, we are proposing a incentive district in order to apply funds to one of four purposes, which are the construction of Fire Station 2, infrastructure related to the development, including but not limited to water and fire protection systems, all appurtenances thereto, and fire apparatus such as fire pumper trucks, rescue engines, those things. Infrastructure improvements to Town Hall Park, and then also additions to Town Hall should that come to fruition in the future. This resolution came about. We had a great discussion with Mr. McIntosh, and I met with leadership of Riverside Schools. A residential improvement district can go up to 75% of the improved value. So if a lot is currently worth, for simplicity, is worth $100,000, once the house is constructed, it's worth $400,000. That $300,000 delta is what 60% of the tax revenue gets diverted to the residential improvement district to use for one of those four specific purposes. It cannot be used for anything else but those four. But after meeting with Riverside School District, Mr. McIntosh and I, so we are proposing a 60% RID versus a 75% RID. And then this would go into effect once the houses are complete, and it would run for a period of 10 years, no different than Ivy Ridge and Villas of Canterwood did. And that is the overview.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Rose.
Thank you.
We're opening up the public hearing to public comments. Does anyone have any comments on the RID? All right, seeing there are none. Mr. Rose, have there been any correspondence regarding this matter?
There has been no correspondence regarding this matter.
All right, so we have no public comments and nothing further. We will close the public hearing.
And we'll wait about 5 minutes to start at 6 o'clock for I'll call the roll,
Thank you.
and I'll do the end.
Good evening. Welcome to the Concord Township Board of Trustees meeting for July 16th, 2025. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mr. Rose, will you please call roll?
Mrs. Lucci.
Present.
Mr. McIntosh.
Present.
Mr. Dondor.
Present.
All right, so this is our favorite type of meeting. We get to start it out on a very positive note. We have some special guests here, as we can all see. We have the Riverside softball team coaches. Mr. Rattino from Riverside is also here. And we have our Lake Catholic baseball team, and Brian Leroy and the team are here. Mr. Rose, will you please read the proclamations, and we'll start with Riverside.
I'd be happy to. Thank you, Mrs. Lucci. Riverside High School softball team proclamation. Whereas the Riverside softball team won the state championship in 2025, which brought Riverside High School their first ever state championship. And whereas during 2025, the Riverside softball team amassed a season record of 28 wins and 4 losses, along with marching through the state tournament, district and regional brackets by a combined score of 43-3. And whereas they also became the first Lake County school to win an Ohio softball championship since the tournament was established in 1978. Whereas anyone who has participated in a team sport understands the hard work and dedication that accompanies this achievement, we, the leaders of this community, acknowledge the dedication of each member of the team which led to their success, and therefore we offer a hearty congratulations on a job well done. You should be proud of your accomplishment. Signed, the Concord Township Board of Trustees.
Awesome. Any comments?
I mean, to have 2 state championships, with the township and people that live here and they go to these schools, it's quite an accomplishment. A lot of good kids. I know a lot of these Lake Catholic kids, and Riverside, and it's great.
Yeah, I just like to say congratulations as I listen to Mr. Rose read that, and you think about championships of all caliber, pro sports and whatnot, and you realize what an accomplishment it is to put a team together, to work well, to be that regimen and discipline, to come out on top. And you hear, the statistics and things. It's just a remarkable thing, and to see these young adults get to do that so early in their lives and careers, it's something special. So congratulations. Yeah.
Well, I know that the teams are actually doing the physical work, but we know the coaches are managing, and that's huge. So Mr. Ross, Mr. Leroy, great job. Congratulations. I know from my daughter's laundry that you are the GOAT. So congratulations. Why don't we read the second one, and then we'll get some pictures. Does that sound okay?
Lake Catholic High School baseball team proclamation. Whereas the Lake Catholic baseball team won the state championship in 2025, which brought Lake Catholic High School their first baseball state championship. And whereas during 2025, the Lake Catholic baseball team amassed a season record of 26 wins and 4 losses, along with winning the state championship game by staging a dramatic comeback in the 5th inning. And whereas they also became the first Lake Catholic baseball team to win a state championship in school history. And whereas anyone who has participated in a team sport understands the hard work and dedication that accompanies this achievement, we, the leaders of this community, acknowledge the dedication of each team member of the team which led to their success. And therefore, we offer a hearty congratulations on a job well done. You should be proud of your accomplishment. Signed, the Concord Township Board of Trustees.
Congratulations, guys.
Which one do you want first?
Why don't we do Riverside first?
Now switching to the officials.
Congratulations. Appreciate it.
Mr. Superintendent.
Oh, no, I don't want any part of that.
Oh, come on.
It's all Coach Ross.
Great, thank you.
All right, congrats. All right, Lake Catholic. Come on.
Sean came in front.
All right, we get everybody?
I can. That's. Great, thank you so much. Well done, everybody.
Great job.
Congratulations. Well done. How many guys are coming back? It never is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was fun.
Hey, yeah.
That was a great way to have a meeting.
Good stuff. Great way to start.
Okay, my chair's going down.
It's great.
I know. Okay. Moving on to the approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, I will make a motion to approve the June 16th, 2025 staff meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Move to approve the June 18th, 2025 office hour meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Make a motion to approve the June 18th, 2025 regular trustees meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And move to approve the July 7th, 2025 public hearing and special meeting minutes.
And I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to our elected officials' reports. Mr. Rose, you are giving the
There is
fiscal
no
officer?
report, Mrs.
No report. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to trustees. Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Well, we ended up not having a meeting for right before Independence Day, so
Right.
I just wanted to wish a belated happy Independence Day to everyone in the township. And based on that, it's been a pretty busy almost month since we met last. Property tax continues to be something that I spend a little bit of time on almost every day. Mrs. Lucci and I went to the Ohio Township Association County Officers meeting, and that was a forum with someone from the Buckeye Institute and also a member of the Anti-Tax Ohio. It was an interesting conversation talking about the issue of property taxes within the state of Ohio. The Lake County Township Association subsequently has met, created a subcommittee to talk about the issue and craft a position statement, which we've done as far as how that affects townships. And again, we've said it a few times here, but in Concord Township, it's well over 70% of our budget, and without property taxes, we would last in the neighborhood of 30 to 40 days before we would be out of business. So, and that is not a isolated or unique circumstance. There's 1,308 townships across the state of Ohio. All would be impacted, and honestly, we operate the JED. That gives us a little bit of extra revenue that's not traditional to townships, so we probably last longer than most. So it's a very sensitive issue, and it's a one of great meaning for us. I think for me personally, property taxes raise about $22 billion within the state of Ohio's budget, and so that's not an easy number to make up that the state or we all have to figure out how to re-tax or tax different avenues if those were to be eliminated. The Lake County Township Association came up that we do support reform. We do support looking at a number of different things. We don't support the repeal, and we are particularly concerned about the nature of this initiative being reckless in the sense that there is no mechanism that saves the revenue. If it passes, it's over in every bit of property tax. So you've got funding local government problems, you've got credit market, default on municipal bonds, Ohio's credit rating, the bond market nationally. There's a lot of things that would suffer for this. Add to which you'd have a bunch of communities and townships that couldn't provide police, fire, EMS, roads, zoning, all those things that we do, which are you may not go throughout your day and realize how essential some of the township functions are, but if you didn't have those things happening on a daily basis, trust me, it wouldn't take long before you'd notice it. On some other fronts, I was part of the steering committee for the Vision 2050, the Lake County Comprehensive Plan. We had a meeting a couple weeks ago, and I learned a couple things that were interesting. Lake County is an older community, so we've gotten to from 44 to 30. Well, our age group is dropping, so our average age was 44, and it's dropping to 38.6 over 20 years. But we are the second highest age in the region of the 5 counties that surround Lake County. So we're one of the oldest counties up here. 86% of our community is owner occupied, which is 10% above the average. So we have more occupancy here. We rent less in the other communities. Median value of property in Lake County is $327,600, and median income is $117,570. And back in 1960, when they did the looks of this, they expected the population of Lake County to double, and that hasn't happened. So if you're not aware, the county hasn't taken up a strategic plan since the 60s, I think. And so this is a big deal that we're doing it. A lot of great conversations. I'm really excited for it. I know the city of Mentor's doing it. We're going to start doing a comprehensive plan. And I know there's some other interesting things going on. So it's an exciting time to be involved in local government in Lake County. I did have the opportunity as a Lakeland Board of Trustee member to have another conversation about education across Lake County that sort of fits in all of that, about Lakeland, Lake Erie College and Auburn Career Center, which is located here in Concord, about working together and doing some shared education and workforce development in Lake County. So a lot of exciting conversations, and I know we've had responded to some various noise complaints and some questions about road repairs and fireworks, which we've been talking about and addressing. So that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you for all your working in these steering committees, on these boards. You certainly are keeping yourself busy in our community. Thank you very much. Mr. Dondorfer.
Thank you. I hope everybody else had an enjoyable 4th. As every year, I know we always field some calls regarding fireworks complaints. I would just like to remind our residents, in Concord Township, we did opt out of the state law a couple years ago, and so it's not permissible to discharge fireworks within the township limits. Now, I know there's a couple entities that are permitted for fireworks displays, which is the Concord Community Days, obviously, and I think Quail Hollow has a 4th of July event. But what I would remind people that it's not permissible in the township. We did receive some complaints. I would just like to remind our residents, if you have a situation regarding the discharge of the fireworks within the township, our enforcement mechanism is to contact the Sheriff's Department. They will come out. They will try to identify the source. As in every 4th, sometimes there's a little bit of discretion that plays in. Sometimes, the officer might warn the party and tell them, it's not permissible. We get a second call back. They may take an enforcement action and cite or charge the individual. But, we opted out of that for a reason. 1, for safety, and 2, for the general health and welfare of the community. That, a lot of people don't like to hear that late at night or, continuing. So we did field some complaints. We do our best here to make sure that, people are following the guidelines. So if they're not, please reach out to the sheriff for enforcement, and they'll take care of that. I know we had some discussion in office hours regarding noise ordinance and the potential for some maybe additional maybe in a different amendment or adding something regarding heavy use of loud noise from heavy equipment, things of that nature. We're going to have some further discussion on that. Mr. McIntosh did talk on the property tax issue, and I think we've talked about it considerably, and I think we're in agreement that we know there needs to be some type of revision in property tax or some type of reform, but without some type of mechanism or additional plan to make up for the shortage of what that brings in would severely impact the ability for us to operate as townships. So I think there needs to be a lot more discussion and dialogue about that before anything is moved forward. I did have an issue that I worked with the county engineer's office on regarding a resident who had a drainage issue on Ravenna Road. I helped them with that, as well as the engineer's office. And other than that, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. Yes, I hope everyone had a nice 4th. Thank you for addressing the fireworks and what's permissible and what permitting means, because we did have calls on that, and I appreciate your diligence in following up on those things. I want to thank everybody for coming to the concerts. We've had great support. We've had great weather. We have maybe one tomorrow. I'm not sure what the weather is going to do, but we look forward to our community day, which is August 9th. And, we got the pancake breakfast, the parade, and all that good stuff. So thank you again. As Mr. McIntosh mentioned, we did meet on behalf of the OTA County Township Association, as well as our own Lake County Township Association, to talk about property taxes. Obviously, this will be an ongoing issue within not only our county, but the Ohio Township and other state associations. We're hoping that we will hear more from the OTA is planning on a committee of other Ohio associations to talk about this. And I think like what you mentioned, Mr. McIntosh, is we haven't heard any real okay, well, this would be a great replacement. And so because of that, we really are sort of geez, what do we do? I think the first thing that we do is we educate our residents on what would it mean if we didn't have property tax. And you threw out some numbers there. I know Mr. Rose is planning another educational class perhaps on property taxes, what that looks like, especially here for Concord Township. So we will be having more of those discussions. If anyone has any questions or wishes to comment with us, please give us a call. We did have a nice discussion, as you mentioned, with a resident regarding noise ordinance. I did want to highlight Concord Township was in the Ohio Township Association magazine for the month for its Department of Development grant for zoning. I also would like to recognize our fire department for highlights in the Firehouse magazine for our fire station, as well as their award for from the American Heart Association's Lifeline EMS Recognition Award, which they've gotten before. So all great stuff. We appreciate not only our safety, our administration, everyone working here for the township to make it a wonderful place to live, and we want our residents to be happy and safe. So with that concludes my report. And moving on to our department reports, our administrator, Mr. Rose.
Thank you, Ms. Lucci, members of the board, members of the audience, good evening. I'll start with the items on the agenda. Item B is Resolution 2025 TAC 11, which establishes the improvement district for Blackmore Estates. This RID is similar to the previous RIDs that we have put into place last year, specifically for Ivy Ridge and Villas of Canterwood. There is a difference, and that main difference is a change in the amount. After some great discussions, Mr. McIntosh and I met with leadership from Riverside Schools. This RID is for 60% of the improvement value. Instead, we can go up to 75%, but after a great meeting, we're going for 60% of the improvement value. So I encourage passage on that resolution. Item C is Resolution 2025 TAC 15, which this approves an agreement for professional services between Concord Township and MS Consultants to have them assist us in the creation of a new comprehensive plan. The cost of this is $106,835. Of this amount, we did receive a grant for $75,000 from the state of Ohio. Heather Freeman did a great job putting that package together, and so we got the $75,000 grant, which offsets the majority of that cost. So I encourage passage on that resolution, and then shortly thereafter, we will be having our kickoff meeting with MS Consultants to start the comprehensive plan work. And then finally, item D is to set a public hearing. Those are for the zoning text amendments that were brought forward to the trustees by the Zoning Commission. That public hearing has to be held within 30 days. I recommend that you set the public, excuse me, you set the public hearing for August 6th, 2025 at 5:50 p.m., which is just before the next scheduled trustee meeting. And then the trustee meeting can commence at 6 o'clock or upon the conclusion of the public hearing for the zoning text amendments. Excuse me. Moving on to other things, we've received a number of calls on the joint road reconstruction project. It's been on pause for the past month. There's been some coordination issues with the contractor. The county engineer reports that those have been resolved. Work is set to resume on Monday, July 21st, and they should be working through, and work should all be completed by the end of July. So we'll get that back on track. So we're encouraged about that, weather permitting, of course. We're finishing up the work on our new website. Departments are reviewing their content. We're running some tests on the Contact Me and making sure that all the links work. It's amazing how many links are embedded into a website. But we're hoping we'll be finished the testing, and then we hope to launch the new website in August. And it's a very fresh, clean look, very resident friendly, easier to navigate. I think folks will really like it. Just a reminder, Coffee with the Administrator is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Over at the community center. I look forward to seeing everyone there. We've had some great discussions, and I'm sure there'll be some hot topics tomorrow as well. As mentioned, Community Day is right around the corner, set for August 9th. Please see the website or contact the Recreation Department for further information. And my favorite part of the day, I look forward to seeing everybody at the pancake breakfast. So there's always good discussions that take place there. And there are still spots available if you want to get into the parade. So, contact the rec department. Finally, and I know the trustees have touched on it, but I've received a good number of calls regarding this petition going around to abolish the property taxes. It's a terrible idea. I agree property tax reform is needed, but I don't think we need to abolish property taxes. I think that's catastrophic. 73% of our budget is from property taxes, and there's no plan out there to replace the revenue, and that's the part that's very worrisome. And there's been a handful of ideas, and some people are kind of flippant and said, well, just raise the sales tax a little bit or just impose an income tax. Well, those don't happen overnight, and those all take voter approval, and townships can't do sales tax. Neither can cities nor can villages. That's county level and above. Mm-hmm. So I think people need to think through some of their responses and do some homework. I will be, Mrs. Lucci touched on it, I will be giving a class on this issue regarding property taxes and this elimination initiative probably in late August, early September. I will be hosting those at the community center. We'll do daytime and evening sessions to give everybody an opportunity, and we'll film it as well. So
great.
That concludes my report. Thank you, Mrs. Lucci.
Thank you, Mr. Rose.
Just to add something to what Andy said, and it's something I know that residents look at this and they see it, but we took an oath to serve this community and to take care of it, and it's basically, in my view, it's impossible to honor that oath, to meet what we agreed to do, and at the same time support this, because it's like shooting yourself in the foot, right? If we were to support something like this, we take away our ability to do the job that we got elected to do. And that's a bridge I can't cross, I think, from a standpoint of going back to Mr. Rose. And I know I talk with our county auditor, I've had some conversations with legislatures. I mean, everyone's sort of running around looking at ways to do this now. Right. And I think that's the path forward, but he's right. It's dangerous, and I don't see where we as trustees can even come close to touching that or even saying it's a good idea, because it's so counterintuitive to the job we're here to do.
Right.
Yeah, I do think that getting rid of the property taxes is the word reckless. Like, it's totally reckless. Just it's non-sustainable. Like you said, our doors would close in less than 30 days probably. And not only are we trustees and we serve, and safety's always been our number one, but we live here too.
Right,
yeah.
So,
You're right.
a lot to think about. So
Lot to think about.
appreciate everybody's comments on that. Okay, we will move into the audience portion. Is there anyone here that would like to speak? Okay, seeing none. Moving next is old business. Seeing there is none there, we will move to new business.
Madam Chair, I will make a motion to approve the June financial report.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Madam Chair, I will move to approve Resolution 2025-11, a resolution creating the Blackmore Estates Incentive District and declaring improvements to parcels within the district to be a public purpose and exempt from taxation as provided in Section 5709.73 of the Ohio Revised Code and related authorizations.
I will second that motion.
In discussion.
Sure. I think we brought this up last year when we did this, and I think, speaking to O's and responsibilities, to come up with things as property taxes and paying for governmental services and inflation, all of that stuff. This is something we can do that doesn't negatively impact our taxpayers, but supports the township. And I think Andy's done a great job of putting together the sort of things. I mean, he and the department heads know where we can put these dollars into things that we need, so it fits really nice, and they're really nice compliments to the projects and the needs that this community has. And the community, right? Funding the fire station, funding things. This isn't stuff we're doing for the township. It's for the residents.
Right.
Mrs. Lucci, right? We live here. It's all to make the community better. So I commend them on this work, and I think this is another step in the right direction for us.
Yeah, it's a great, another tool in the toolbox. I mean, it was a great opportunity for us to bring in some other dollars to fund certain projects and initiatives within the township. And as stewards of the township, we have an obligation to make sure we do the best for our community. And this gives us an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a tool that the ORC hands to us because we don't have as many tools as other cities, and so we have to sort of take advantage within our purview of what is acceptable, and it does go towards very needed infrastructure, especially when safety, even if it's something here at Town Hall, it's still infrastructure here within the township that supports our residents. Is this a roll call vote, sir? This is not a roll call vote?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Madam Chair, I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-15, a resolution approving the agreement for professional services between MS Consultants Incorporated and Concord Township for updating the Concord Township Comprehensive Plan and authorizing the Township Planning and Zoning Director to execute the agreement as owner and the designated representative on behalf of the township.
Second.
Discussion?
I mean, it's time for a new comp plan. I mean, we have an obligation to do what's in the best interest of the township as far as growth and balancing that growth and versus the needs and wants of the township. So I think it's time that we've stepped up and get that moving.
I'm really excited to work with MS Consultants. Their presentation was wow. Wow. Some of the things that we have the opportunity to do and engage the community and get a constructive project moving forward. And hats off to Heather. I mean, it's great. That grant makes a big difference. And to go back to the tax and the funding government thing, here we're always looking for, and people say, well, why don't you apply for a grant? We apply for all kinds of grants. You don't get them all the time. And so when you do get awarded a grant like this, it's something to celebrate. I know Heather's put a lot of work into this RFP, into this process, and I think she's going to do a great job with this project, as everyone that's involved in it is. I really look forward to getting started on this.
Yeah, I agree. Heather, great job. She just went ahead and, we got this grant, which is awesome. And another great thing that came of this is kind of discovering MS Consultants. And when they came in and did a general overview of the area, it's like they kind kind of got it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, we really liked that they really personalized their proposal, and so we are extremely excited to work with them. This will involve community input, so it's all great things for Concord Township. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so setting the public hearing for our proposed zoning text amendments as recommended by the Zoning Commission, we decided on August 6, 2025, 5:50 p.m. right before our meeting.
Yep.
All right.
Great, we'll get the legal notice out right away.
And then, Mr. Rose, will you please read the future meetings and announcements?
We have to, thank you, Mrs. Lucci. July 21st at 3 o'clock p.m. There'll be a staff meeting here at Town Hall. On August 5th at 7 p.m. will be the Zoning Commission meeting here at Town Hall. On August 6th from 5 to 5:50 will be trustee office hours in the conference room. Then there will be a public hearing on the zoning text amendments at 5:50 p.m. here at Town Hall, followed by the 6 o'clock p.m. trustee meeting here at Town Hall.
Madam Chair, I will make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss pending litigation pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22G3 and to invite Mr. Rose and Ms. Matheny into the executive session.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Lucci,
Yes.
Mr. McIntosh,
Yes.
Mr. Dondorfer.
Yes.
Okay, so this will officially end the meeting as we are moving into our executive session. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Good evening, Concord.